The Scythe is absolutely ridiculous in this patch. We might literally be looking at a new Scythe/laser meta right now. Against any faction, by the way, the Scythe is becoming easily one of my favorite weapons within the game, and I've been testing a lot of insane combos. I'm gonna give you guys some of those ideas and combos in this video as well, so you take your Scythe gameplay to the next level and deal incredible damage. And a lot of this is because of the fire changes that have been implemented into the game by the devs. So what they've done is that fire scales way better and way higher now against heavier and higher tier enemies. Let's talk about the sights. For this one, we're gonna go for the 1.5x red dot. The reason for that is that we are getting a little bit of extra ergonomics. That's gonna be important here as we move on to the underbarrel and magazine. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. For the underbarrel, you're gonna go for the angled foregrip. Once again, we're trying to get as much ergonomics as possible. And the reason for that is the magazine. So we have two new options on this weapon. And I did ask the devs for exact numbers and so on, and they have confirmed that the high capacity heatsink has a 50% increase, okay? 50. Just look at how long it just keeps going. Look at that. This is the 50% increased version, okay? Just keeps going, which is awesome. This is actually incredible. And with the siege armor, you still get 4 magazines too. And the reason that is so important is because that it means that if you're fighting heavier, stronger enemies, and if you're landing that laser, you can keep the fire on them longer and longer. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it scales differently now. So you can deal tons of damage to bigger enemies with a primary weapon like Scythe. And I've always loved laser weapons, but really there wasn't much reason to use them. Yeah, that is changing right now. Now you will notice that if we didn't have the high capacity on, then our ergonomics would be like 70, right? But if you slap it on, it drops it by 10, and it also lowers your magazines because 50% is a huge buff. That is precisely why we're going for the angled foregrip and also the 1.5 red dot to get that extra ergonomics, so we kind of counter everything that the high capacity heatsink takes away from us. Now you also do have the high dissipation heatsink, and what this apparently does is it cuts your heatsink by 40%, but then increases the speed of your regen, or should I say the cooling down speed, by 40%. It does feel okay-ish, but honestly guys, the high capacity right now is insane just because I can keep up the fire and the burn on enemies for way longer. And in a way, this is good because you don't even have to fully level this. I believe the high capacity is on a lower level. So once you unlock this, just slap this on. Don't worry about it. Just use the weapon. But I do want to talk about a few things that will take your gameplay to the next level with the Scythe. And that is going to be different items you can combine it with. You got to understand that the tick damage from the fire is very strong right now, but you can make it even better by combining it with tools that have other ways of dealing dot damage. One of the best combos right now against the new Illuminates is going to be your Scythe and a gas rover or gas grenades or gas orbital, whichever you want. You are going to be melting them, including, by the way, the meatballs. Yes, with Scythe or any laser weapon out there, directly start hitting them while they're already taking tick damage from the gas, and you are going to be surprised. And obviously this works for any of the Illuminate enemies. Some of them do act a little bit weird when it comes to gas. They can kind of avoid it, but it's not really avoiding. What happens is they start their animations, and since the Illuminate animations are kind of longer than others, they get locked into them, so the gas doesn't really affect them until those animations do not end. Like, that's what's really happening there. But regardless, the fact that you're dealing two kinds of dot damage and now fire damage is so much better than ever. Yeah, this will be deleting the Illuminates easy all day long. And not only that, but your survivability will skyrocket because of the gas rover getting the enemies off of you pretty much all the time, and we all know how powerful that item is. I was very surprised, and honestly, as I said at the beginning, this is becoming one of my top weapons. There's a bunch of things you can do with Scythe right now, and I do not want you guys to sleep on this weapon. Like, if you haven't started upgrading it, please do so. Now, as I said, the gas rover is incredible, right? It works really well with the Scythe. But for this one, I'm going to show you guys how fun it is to use the guard dog rover, which means that you're going to be double lasering enemies as well. And we're just going to combine it with some gas nades and whatnot, and you'll see exactly what I mean. So for example, we have a meatball right here. He's just standing there chilling, right? So we already dotted him with the gas, as you guys can see. And look at how long I can do this with the scythe. And the laser is also drilling him as well. Boom, he goes down. And it's just so much fun to do that because the laser's hitting him, the scythe is hitting him. For a primary weapon like his scythe, which really wasn't all that great before, that kind of TTK on a meatball is wild. It really is. Look at that. We're gonna drop a gas over there, gas over here. Laser's doing its thing. Look at these guys, right? They're gonna get hit by gas. We're gonna start burning them here. We're also like hitting those weak spots as much as we can. And this is right now me just using scythe. The laser wasn't even on him. It was on a different target. Let's check out the, for example, the heavy laser weapon, right? Double lasering this guy. Absolutely blasting him. He's getting cooked up. Just look at how fun that is, man. Like, undeniably, one of the most fun things I've used in the game. For this guy, we're going to go for the heavy laser. He popped the shield, but that's not going to matter here very soon. Because remember, fire damage scales differently right now. It really does. Boom. Done. Just like that. We can move on to the next one. Let me get my... Okay, I think they got him in. We can break the shield with the normal scythe here. Switch to the laser. Start getting in some damage here. Don't really have a good visual. I don't understand what kind of angle he's standing at here. But we can direct him with the scythe to the middle as well. Boom, done. Oh, we got to be careful here. Once again, a bunch of enemies coming in. I'm going to drop a gas nade over there. Boom. The ugly's going to get absolutely confused. Going to get out of the way of this. Back on him. Double lasering, double blasting. It's a great time to play this game, bro. I will say that. So right here, yeah, it just works, man. The fire is just good. Let's try to laser this guy here. Laser is gonna focus the other two first, the smaller enemies. And then we're gonna just double blast them again. Get out of the way. Boom, dead. It's just incredible. It's incredible. I didn't even use gas there, but you guys see what I mean. It's absolutely insanely fun. It works. And it's just some of the most fun combo in the game right now. Double lasering is incredible. It's literally, for me, as I said, becoming one of the most favorite things to do in the game. And it just destroys Illuminates. That's what it is. Okay, that's it for the scythe. I got tons of weapons that I'm upgrading and working on and videos and whatnot. It's been a ridiculously fun week, upgrading everything, putting out these videos. Thank you so much for all the love you guys been showing on the videos. By the way, every like, every sub, that means the world to me. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.